The views and opinions expressed on this program are not necessarily those of this station, JVC Broadcasting Management, or its sponsors.
With so many people living longer, the fear of outliving your money becomes a reality for many of us. Will I be a financial burden? Will I outlive my money? How will I be remembered? My name is Neil Himmelstein, president of Main Street Planning Group. Please contact me by visiting mainstreetplanninggroup.com. That's mainstreetplanninggroup.com, or call 631-647-4694. I will introduce you to strategies that will guarantee you will not outlive your money, that can guarantee you will not be a burden on your loved ones. Through a collaborative approach, we will uncover solutions that offer tax-efficient strategies, lifetime income, and legacy planning, choice, organization, direction, and education. That is the code we stand behind. Contact mainstreetplanninggroup.com. That's mainstreetplanninggroup.com, or call 631-647-4694. And listen to me every Friday at 3 p.m. as I host the Main Street Code for Financial Success, right here on 103.9 LI News Radio. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Main Street Code for your financial success. Happy 4th of July, everybody. Looking forward to a great weekend and a good time. Anyhow, when we talk about our code, we talk about choice, organization, direction, and education. And I keep telling everybody, not just choice, communication is so important. Not just communication with your financial advisor, but communication amongst your family and getting your assets organized and getting everything together. You want to reach out to us. The communication is vital. We talk about choice, organization, direction, and education, and we have hundreds of financial advisors, accountants, and attorneys that reach out to us on insurance matters. Specifically, we are experts in the area of life insurance, annuities, disability insurance, long-term care insurance, and all of these matters in between. And that's where we specialize. And we also help you, the consumer, in helping you make choices in insurance matters. And we help in organizing your financial team in putting things in perspective and the right thing. And we like working with your investment person, your attorney, and your accountant. And if you don't have a team, reach out to us and let us help you put all your assets together and organize where they should be and who should handle what. But you want everybody working for you and your financial goals, and you want your team to all be on the same page so that things don't go in multiple directions. Last week, we spoke extensively about annuities, and I want to go into that again because annuities are a financial instrument that is vital to your retirement and vital to your legacy. What a great tool to have, especially in these turbulent economic times. Annuities are only offered through insurance companies. Therefore, many financial advisors like Fisher Investments and this and that are not licensed insurance organizations, so they don't sell annuities. They don't offer annuities. They often bash annuities because they don't sell them. They make their money by managing your assets, not by, they get a return or a percentage of what your investments are. That's where they make their money. So they're not interested in doing annuities. So they may bash them, and annuities are a great financial tool. Annuities can be broken up really into two main categories. One is what they call a payout annuity. We call it we call them SPIAs, but it's a payout annuity, which can give you an immediate income for as long as you live. You can't outlive that income. Or it could pay you for a certain time period. These immediate annuities are used with every pension in the world when it's payout time. They'll give you different options on how to pay out your money, or you can have it so that your spouse is paid out if you pass. Equally, it could have so that it's paid for a certain number of years. Even if you pass away, it'll still make those payments for a certain number of years, or it'll give them a refund. There's a million different options with immediate income annuities. Social Security uses them, the lottery uses them, and your pensions use them. So it's a very common instrument and often misunderstood. And the taxation of that income is based upon what your principal is and what your gain is over a length of time. So it's very tax favored. And the older you are, the more money that comes back to you that's not taxed than taxed. So the older you are, it's a great tool to help you pay for your utility bills, your taxes, your fixed expenses, where you can create your own pension at retirement, your own income stream, your own paycheck with some of your assets. We highly recommend immediate annuities for doing that. It's a great, great tool. The other type of annuity, which is the same thing actually, but you actually get to defer all your taxes. It's an investment vehicle that's used for retirement or post-retirement, where you can defer all of your money from taxation. Now, it could be part of an IRA, and actually could be part of your 401k. They now allow legislation for it. And you could have it either way. And the nice thing is that the taxes are deferred until you take money out. It's a great thing. Deferral of taxes. Not tax-free, defers the taxes. And then if you create that income stream from that deferred thing, it could be tax favored on the way out as well. So it's a great, great vehicle. And why are we talking about it today? Because as we're hitting this inflation, everybody's concerned about the gas tank and inflation and the cost of food and the cost of things is going up and going up. You don't want to be paying taxes on your earnings. And if you're not earning much money in the bank, which you're not at 1 or 2%, even in a CD, and by the way, that's all taxable to you every year. So that money can't grow if it's being taxed and you're only making 1 or 2%. So you're not keeping up with inflation. Or if it's in an investment and we're in such a volatile investment climate and will continue to be volatile for the near future, and you want to put your money into something that gives you more than the bank and is not taxing you every year, fixed annuities are a fantastic option. And as inflation has come up and as interest rates have gone up, you can almost get 3.5% to 4% guaranteed in a fixed annuity right now. Guaranteed 3.5% to 4%, which you're not getting in a CD, you're not getting in a savings account. And because you're not taxed on that money gets to compound year after year until you use that money. What does that mean? So if I made 4% this year on $100,000, I'm at $104,000. Next year, I'm going to make an additional 4% off of the $104,000, not the $100,000 of my initial investment. So my money is compounding. What a great thing. It's compounding as opposed to what they call simple interest. Simple interest is I put in, let's say, $100,000, and let's say I make 4% on that, or 3% on that, or 2% on that, whatever it is. Let's say 4%, and I'm at $104,000, and then I make 4% again, then I'm at $108,000. I'm not compounding that $104,000. That simple interest is paying me on my original $100,000. So compound interest, tax deferral, is going to help me keep up with inflation. And why does my fixed money need to keep up with inflation? Very simple. My $100,000 at a 2% interest in the bank or 1% interest in the bank is not going to buy me as much as it is today as I can get tomorrow. If I'm running at an 8% inflation rate, I can buy 8% less goods tomorrow. And if I need this for my rest of my life, my assets are going to deteriorate by me doing nothing. So I would take any part of my portfolio if I'm invested in the market and put a portion of it inside a fixed annuity. What kind of portion? Depending on your age and your risk, I would feel very comfortable in putting it into 3.5 fixed money that's guaranteed, that I don't have to worry about, that I don't have to watch the market. I don't have to watch if Ukraine got another bomb today. I know that money is going to be there and is going to compound, and I don't have to think about it. Great commercial. It's on TV. I can sleep a bit, Isn't it nice? I could sit out on my float and not have to worry about the market going up and down. I have a guaranteed rate of return. What a fantastic thought process. Anyhow, you're listening to the Main Street Code for Financial Success. If you ever want to reach out to me with any questions, call me at 631-647-4694. Go on my website, themainstreetcode.com. Listen to me on Spotify or Apple if there's a recording that you haven't heard before. We're out there everywhere. The Main Street Code for Financial Success. I'm going to be back right after this commercial. Thank you. Welcome back, everybody, to the Main Street Code for Financial Success. If you need to reach out to me, you can always get me at 631-647-4694 or go on my website, themainstreetcode.com. There you'll find previous recordings, videos, calculators, all kinds of good stuff. But you can always reach out to me by email, by phone. I'm here for you, for your advice. My consultations are always complimentary. I never charge for a consultation. I really earn my money when two different ways. One, if you buy a product from me, I get a commission. It doesn't come out of your pocket. And there's no charges for fixed annuities, by the way. No charges at all to get in, unlike many things that you're in. And if you use my services, my consultations are free. Your attorney, your accountant can reach out to me for advice. I'm happy to give it, as I do every day, complimentary. I make money from this. And the second way I make money is when you tell another family member or friend about me and I help them. That's how I get repaid. And I really thank you for referring me to your friends and associates. And I get referred quite a bit from really high-level people, and I appreciate it. And I know my areas of expertise are insurance, whether it's long-term care, life insurance, fixed annuities, disability insurance. And today I want to talk about a topic I've never broached before in this program because I've been hearing it on the TV more and more, and it's something I do, but I don't talk a lot about. It's called a life settlement. What is a life settlement? You're asking? Well, let's talk about what a life settlement is. You may be hearing TV commercials that say, and maybe because of my age or whatever, I know I get targeted certain commercials, and this one I hear a lot. It says, if you have a life insurance policy and you're over the age of 65 and you don't need it anymore, come to us and we'll buy it from you. You can sell it to us and you'll get, 4 times the value of the cash value, or even if it's term insurance, we'll buy it from you. Well, what they're talking about is a life settlement. And here's how it works. Basically, what a life settlement is you have a pool of investors that will buy your policy, your old policy. Now, you may have a policy you've had for a lot of years. You wanted it to protect your family, and maybe you don't need it anymore. Or maybe the price is going way up, or maybe that you're sick or ill and you can't afford it and you're worried about it. And the way it works is just like the opposite of life insurance. So the sicker you are, or if you have health issues and you're over 65, we've even done some for people in their 50s, and I'll explain how. And you don't, the coverage is great, but you really need the money now. And I'll give you a situation. You can actually sell those policies, but you don't want to sell it to the people on TV. And I'll tell you why. The people on TV is one pool of investors. They're going to try and get it. They're going to give you a lowball offer for whatever it is. When we do a life settlement, we actually auction your old policy off. We actually take it to the highest bidder. And the way it works is the older you are, or maybe your parent has a policy, and the less healthy you are, the higher they'll pay. Because what the investors will do is they'll pay the remaining premiums on the policy, whatever that is, and they'll calculate how long you think you're going to live or your loved one is going to live, okay, and figure that out, and then try and make a profit off of that of, let's say, 15%. So let me tell you where we've used one very successfully for a client where we helped this family out tremendously. We had a client who bought a term policy of, I think it was Prudential. I forgot who it was with. He was 56 years old. He bought $1.5 million term policy to take care of his family. He had 2 children ready to go to college and a wife, and he wanted to buy something very inexpensive to take care of them. Well, about 2 years later, he developed not one, but 2 separate forms of cancer. And the 2 kids weren't ready to go to college quite yet. He had to quit his job. So obviously he wasn't making much money anymore. He was making quite a bit of money. And he had his term policy. And they really couldn't afford to keep the policy. And they really needed the money for college and other things. And thank goodness he had that policy, because we were able to get his family several $100,000 for that policy. And with that, they were able to send the 2 kids to college. He was able to continue his lifestyle and his wife's lifestyle. They were able to pay off their mortgage and have money for college for both children. And he's still living today, and they had enough money to buy an annuity, believe it or not, a fixed annuity like we were just talking about, on the side of all that, and accomplish all his family goals, and nobody had to suffer for a premature death while he wasn't working or anything else. And thankfully, somehow, he survived well past what anybody thought. And he's still living today, and the family is doing fantastic, and their financial goals, and he can retire early, all because he had the foresight to meet with my advisor and buy this term coverage, which we don't necessarily recommend, but worked out great for him. And somebody bought this at a very favorable price to take care of his family while he's living. So your insurance policy that you buy, whether it's term or permanent, and we recommend permanent, of course. Sometimes, you need term to cover massive expenses, early on. But what an asset to have that policy and to be able to sell it and accomplish so many other financial goals that they had, because they had the foresight to buy that policy when he was healthy. And we didn't know a couple years later he's going to have this issue. So now his children can go to college, no issues, and everything else. We since have gone back to the wife, and because, he still, has a potential of not living very long, we bought her a long-term care policy with some of the assets, some life policies so that the kids can, retain their legacy on her. And we've just done so many planning things because we were able to do some initial planning in the beginning of giving him a large term policy to take care of his family. And he's still living, and everybody's taken care of, and he's now retired, doesn't have to worry about work. The kids are going to college now. They're graduating now. And look at all these great things that happened because we set up a life settlement. Now, why you don't want to do it with the TV? Because the people on the TV have one buyer to buy that one policy. You have to shop these things and get the most aggressive buyer that's going to meet your needs. And some of these buyers will give you what they call a retained death benefit of life insurance that you don't have to pay for, and give you cash, or give you all cash, all kinds of different options that they can do. So it's something that if you're considering, you want to reach out to us. We're experts in that area, and it requires us to shop it. And by shopping it, what we're doing is we're underwriting whoever the person is that has the policy, just like we would underwrite for life insurance policy, but we're actually underwriting on the reverse side, saying that we want somebody who realizes that this person really does have a critical need and does have a crucial need, and that's why you reach out to us. So we actually want to do reverse under, and when we're underwriting for life insurance policy, which is something we do for agents across the country, we're underwriting to get you the best offer based on your health. So not every company is going to look at diabetes the same way. Not every company is going to look at a heart attack the same way. Not everybody's going to look at cancer the same way. All these companies look at things differently, which is why you have different prices, which is why you have competition, which is why you need an independent wholesaler that can shop to many, many different companies to get you the very best offer, the very least expensive price and product for what you need. And that's why people call Main Street Planning Group and reach out to me. And again, you're listening to Neil Himmelstein. I'm the host of the Main Street Code for Financial Success. The name of my firm is Main Street Planning Company. I can reach at 631-647-4694 or visit me at themainstreetcode.com. Thank you. Have a wonderful day, everybody.
The views and opinions expressed on this program are not necessarily those of this station, JVC Broadcasting Management, or its sponsors.